The 20 smallest militaries in the world, ranked from largest to smallest by active military personnel, based on recent estimates from sources like Global Firepower, Wikipedia compilations from IISS data around 22,005, and related reports. Note that many microstates and small nations have minimal or ceremonial forces, and some have effectively zero standing armies, relying on police/paramilitary or alliances, are as follows. Many of the very smallest have under 1,000 active personnel, often focused on ceremonial duties, internal security, or Coast Guard functions rather than conventional warfare. Countries with zero active military, countries like Iceland, Costa Rica, Panama, Mauritius, are not included in ranked armed forces lists, as they have no formal military, starting off from biggest to smallest military force. Number 20. Luxembourg, about 900 to 1,000 active personnel. Luxembourg maintains a small but professional volunteer force as a NATO member. It focuses on reconnaissance, engineering, and support roles in international missions. The army emphasizes high training standards and integration with allied forces. Luxembourg contributes to EU and UN peacekeeping efforts despite its size. Alright, next up is number 19. Montenegro, about 1,500 to 2,000 active. Montenegro's armed forces are small following independence, structured around land, air, and naval branches. It prioritizes NATO interoperability after joining the alliance. The military handles border security and disaster response domestically. Modernization efforts include equipment upgrades from allies. It participates in international training exercises. Okay, next. Number 18. The Gambia, around 2,000 to 3,000 active. The Gambia's military is modest, with roots in British colonial traditions. It focuses on internal stability and countering regional threats. Forces include Army and Navy elements for riverine and coastal duties. Recent reforms aim at professionalization post-political transitions. It contributes to African Union missions occasionally. Next, Belize, about 1,500 to 2,500 active. Belize's defense force is small and volunteer-based, emphasizing jungle warfare training. It guards borders, particularly with Guatemala amid territorial disputes. The force includes Army, Maritime, and Air Wings. It cooperates closely with the UK and CARICOM partners. Primary roles involve anti-poaching and disaster relief. Next up, Suriname, around 2,000 active. Suriname's national army is compact, handling internal security and border patrol in a forested nation. It includes air and naval support units. The military has been involved in domestic politics historically, but focuses on professionalism now. It emphasizes riverine and jungle operations. International cooperation is limited but growing. All right, next up is Eswatini, also known as Swaziland, around 3,000 active. Eswatini's Umbutfo Eswatini Defense Force is small and loyal to the monarchy. It focuses on internal security and royal protection. The army handles border duties and disaster response. Limited modernization occurs through regional partnerships. It maintains a low profile internationally. Next up is Cape Verde, around 1,200 active. Cape Verde's armed forces are tiny, centered on a National Guard and Coast Guard. They prioritize maritime security in the Atlantic Islands. The military supports anti-drug trafficking efforts. It relies on international aid for equipment. Defense doctrine emphasizes non-aggression and diplomacy. Next up, number 13, Seychelles. Around 500 to 1,000 active. Seychelles' defense forces are minimal, focused on Coast Guard and infantry units. They protect the archipelago from piracy and illegal fishing. The force includes air and naval elements. It partners with India and others for training. Tourism security influences priorities. Next, number 12, Comoros. About 600 active. The Comoros' small military handles internal stability on the islands. It includes army and small naval components. Forces have been involved in coup attempts historically. Modern efforts focus on professionalization. It receives aid from France and regional bodies. Next, number 11, São Tomé and Príncipe. Around 300 to 500 active. This island nation's armed forces are very small, emphasizing Coast Guard duties. They secure maritime zones against illegal activities. The military supports government stability. Limited resources mean reliance on Portuguese and regional assistance. It maintains a defensive posture. Number 10. Antigua and Barbuda, about 200 to 300 active. The Antigua and Barbuda Defense Force is tiny, with Army and Coast Guard roles. It focuses on disaster response in the Caribbean. The force participates in regional security through CARICOM. Training occurs with UK and US partners. It aids in anti-narcotics operations. Alright, next up is number 9. St. Lucia, about 100 to 300 active. St. Lucia's small force is part of the Royal St. Lucia Police Service's special units. It handles internal security and maritime patrol. No full-standing army exists. Defense relies on regional alliances. It contributes to disaster relief in the region. Priorities include tourism protection. Number 8. Dominica 100 to 200 active, or minimal. Dominica has no standing army, with defense provided by a small paramilitary unit. It focuses on police integrated security. The Special Service Unit handles internal threats. Reliance is on CARICOM and international partners. Post-hurricane recovery influences priorities. Okay. Next up is number 7. St. Kitts and Nevis, approximately 300 active. The St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force is small, with regiment and Coast Guard elements. It secures islands and supports law enforcement. The force trains regionally. It participates in anti-crime initiatives. Defense budget is modest. Now, number 6. Grenada, approximately 100-200 active or minimal. Grenada maintains a small paramilitary force after historical events. It focuses on Coast Guard and internal security. No large army exists. Regional cooperation is key. It aids in disaster management. Priorities are low-threat environment. Next up, number 5. San Marino, approximately 80 to 100 active/ceremonial. San Marino's military is ceremonial, with volunteer corps for traditions. It includes crossbow corps and guard units. No full-time combat force exists. Defense relies on Italy. The focus is cultural preservation. Next, number 4. Monaco. Tilda 100. 250 active, mostly palace guard. Monaco's Prince's Guard is small and ceremonial. It protects the sovereign and palace. No conventional army. France handles external defense. The force emphasizes discipline and tradition. It integrates with French security. Number 3. Andorra, 0 active formal. Small police/paramilitary. Andorra has no standing army with defense treaty-bound to France and Spain. Small police forces handle security. Volunteers exist for ceremonial roles. Neutrality is core policy. It relies entirely on neighbors. Number 2. Liechtenstein. 0 active, abolished in 1868. Liechtenstein disbanded its army long ago, maintaining neutrality. Police and customs handle security. No military forces exist. Defense relies on Switzerland informally. Policy emphasizes peace and diplomacy. Lastly, number 1 is not only the smallest military, but also the oldest active and smallest country in the world. 110 to 135 active. The Vatican's Pontifical Swiss Guard is the world's smallest formal military unit. It protects the Pope and Apostolic Palace. Members are highly trained Swiss Catholics. The force is ceremonial yet functional. Based on available records, the B&T MP9 and its predecessor, the Steyr TMP, is used by law enforcement, special forces, or military units in at least 15 to 20 countries. Well, I guess that wraps up this one, dudes. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy. Check out my other content on our channel. Do not forget to subscribe, ring the bell, so you don't miss out on future uploads. Drop a thumbs up and type us a comment down below. You've been watching the Everything Weapons YouTube channel. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Have a good rest of your evening.